Okay. All right, everybody. So questions, concerns, anything that you have about that. It can be about landing pages. It can be about GetOiling as a whole. I mean, it could really be anything. I don't know. Really, life. Come on.
Did you say the GetOiling landing page already have an email campaign connected to them? Where would you find the emails in order to personalize them? So if you go in, I through every one of their samples, so I'm not sure if they do have emails connected to them, but they have campaigns. They have a new prospect campaign. They have a get to, new member campaign. Janelle's going to find those. And so you can copy those, grab a copy of those, make it your own, and then connect those to the campaign.
So we're just going to create a landing page, just blank style. Oh, actually, let's not. Let's grab one of their pre-built ones. My computer's been really silly, so hopefully this works. Actually, let's not do that one. Reveal this path to toxin-free living. So we're going to grab one of GetOiling's one that they have. And so this is what it looks like. And if we go up into settings, page settings, right here, it shows that use default campaign.
So the default campaign is the new prospect campaign, and it is in there.
And we can show you that. So there is always a campaign that is in your landing page when you first create one. So you need to be paying attention that if you do not want that one, that you change it to something else. You can also change it to no campaign, but I would only recommend doing that until you are ready to release, and make sure that that is part of your steps to have a campaign in there, because it is incredibly important to do that. So to find those campaigns, remember we did do a training on this, so we're not going to go into it too much. But we are going to find this one that GetOiling has. So this is the new prospects. This is that default campaign that people are going to be getting. I'm going to click on it. And it has a series of 6 different emails. And this is going to be the first campaign. It's great. It's perfect. And this is not a cut on them. This is just generic. This is what it is. There's no pictures. There's nothing like that. But what it does do is you are going to answer, this one gives them a survey. It's actually pretty fantastic. Sarah and I were digging into it a little bit yesterday, thinking maybe we should talk about this, but we're going to do this at a different time. But you can click here and you actually get a survey to answer, or they get a survey to answer that kind of helps with their needs. It's not customizable from this one, but this is kind of what they get. So you can see that. You can go in there and play around. Again, that is the new prospects campaign. That is the default campaign that they will get if you do not change that on your landing pages.
And I will tell you, when I first started GetOiling and I had no clue that any of these campaigns were hooked to it, even though they are, fairly generalized, I was getting emails back of people clicking on that survey and saying, you know what, I would like more information about this, or they were clicking things and I was getting emails back, even though I had done nothing. I had done absolutely nothing, but I had a landing page up there. Actually, it probably wasn't even a landing page because I was super confused on landing pages, but I think it was when someone contacted me through my website, it automatically had that default to, kind of a welcome, and I was getting emails back and thinking, well, where the heck are these emails coming from? So they do work, even though they're, are generalized. So if you take that idea and really personalize it, you're going to love it. So.
Absolutely. And I think that survey thing is actually a fantastic idea. And that's another thing why Sarah and I want to dig into that. So we can maybe demystify that part a bit, and so that you guys will be able to utilize that as well. So be looking for that in a future training. Super helpful. And I think it'll be a good thing for sure. Okay. Anybody? Go ahead.
Michelle said they have emails linked to them. It seems like 99 emails. And when you can't figure out where they're coming from, yes, but where are these emails coming from? Because they have them strategically placed. So if you don't figure it out, where they're coming from.
So we highly recommend that you watch our campaigns video because we show you all of the places that you want to probably check and change until you know exactly where you want to put the email. Because we've been there. I signed up my husband for something that I had, a freebie that I was getting ready to launch using his email. And I started getting these emails and I didn't have a campaign I didn't put on there. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? Like, did I send this to everyone? You know, you had that moment of fear. And so it's there. We've been there. We've all been there. Trust me.
I will be using a Vault for an ongoing 6-month paid program. How to use a landing page to gain access to the private Vault. So you would create that landing page, and then if that you need to go through, and you will decide. You'll send them an email campaign through that and say, thank you for registering for this. I don't have the right wording right now, but basically it's if you are a paid person, give me a little bit and you'll get access to this, and then you will manually decide who gets access to that Vault if you do it through a landing page.
Does anybody have any questions about landing pages, GetOiling as a whole? This is like the perfect time to ask. And also because there's other Young Living members here who have been working on their GetOiling, this would be a great time to also have them chime in.
So I can see this making such a huge difference, and I have parts of it done, but I don't know how to grab your PDF and the candle thing. So there's a little bit of confusion about where to grab some of this stuff, but I do have some pages started. I'm just not sure how to get people plugged into them. I can see it changing my life with all the stuff I've going on, but I'm like, how do I start?
Yeah. So with the candle one, did you see our video of the walkthrough of how to?
Yeah, I probably did. It's whether I.
That's okay. So it's a pretty short video. It just shows you how to link everything and how to just make sure that everything's connected the correct way. So I highly recommend that you go and watch that video. When we did the brand partner system, that whole course that we did, we took that page because so with the candle freebie, the flow of it is you have your landing page, they give you their information, and then they are directed to this page that we had created that everybody gets when they download that freebie. And then they access that information just on a page. So when we created that brand partner system, we took that page and actually put it into a PDF because we were having our brand partners be able to offer that information. And so we didn't want to send them to a page that had my face at the bottom of it. And so I guess we do have the PDF, and Sarah and I had talked about that we were going to release that PDF because it makes no difference. So if you do want a PDF, that we can release that too. I think we just kind of forgot. And it helps with page count. So if you have the basic plan, you only have 10 pages available. This is a really great one to have as just a downloadable PDF. So we should probably release that.
So Debbie, if you go into our Facebook group, and there is, if you go into the guides, you can grab the candle freebie. And what you're going to do, you can grab the resource bundle, and what that's going to do, it's going to automatically set you up with everything you need. It automatically is going to give you the page. It's going to give you the landing page, and the video is also in that post. So you can watch that video and it will show you exactly, it says, okay, so go to settings, find that page, make your edits to that page. And then it'll tell you, okay, now grab the link, go to your landing page. There's a step-by-step. So, and you will have everything. Once you grab the resource bundle, you'll have everything you need. So just watch the video. The video walks you through how to connect it all. And it's all in that post in the Facebook group.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead, Myrna.
I can wait if you want to make a comment.
My comment was just going to be, you are right. This is going to save you so much time, because once you have everything in place, again, it's automatic. And so systems are just so incredibly important for those things. And that's what that created. And that's what that candle freebie creates for you, for sure. Okay, Myrna, so thank you.
Thank you. So I love the easy button. And I love that you provided the member area, the member vault as an easy button. So one of the pages, or the class in there, member resources, there's all these classes that are phenomenal. And then many of us are adding instant access classes, right? So then we are taking the Sway link from Grow Workspace, if you are connected there, which is amazing. And then making the page header 2 columns, as you guys have suggested, which is amazing. And I've done that. But I can't, even though I chose the outline with the heading and 2 columns, all of my classes with the link attached are in 1 column, and then there's a gap. And then below that is the second column. I'm trying to get that second column to be side by side, even though I chose the right format. So I'm just wondering if you can help with that, please.
Yeah, and that's just one of those. So either you decide that I really want it to look nice on desktop, and then it'll have the 2 columns on desktop, but then mobile, it will have the 1 column, and then after that, there's going to be a gap, and then another column. So what you could do, if you wanted to, you could keep it how you have it with the 2 columns, and check that you want that section to show up on a desktop version. You know, those across the bottom, there's, you know, whether you want to show it on mobile, desktop, tablet. So keep that how you have it. It'll look really gorgeous on desktop with the 2 columns side by side. Now, if you want to create, you can either copy that or create an entirely new section. And this is going to take some work, because you're going to have to you're going to have to copy the 1 section, put it in a new section that is just 1 column, and have that one in your brain. Just know this is the one that's going to show up on mobile. So on mobile, if you put it all in 1 column, so copy the one side, put it in 1 column, and then copy the other side, the right-hand side, put it underneath of it. So it's going to look terrible it's going to go on and on desktop, but on mobile, that way it would get rid of that space in between them.
Okay.
And then,
go ahead. So I was on my laptop. I didn't check it on my phone, but I did, save it, and then I clicked on view so that I could see what it would look like. And it still was just the 1 column with the space and everything underneath. So I wasn't quite sure why that was happening.
No, it should. I mean, if you have the 2,
Mm-hmm.
it should. Unless there's something going on, should show up completely fine if you have the 2. So, we're gonna have to get in there and take a look and see what's going on, because it should work fine if you have the 2 columns side by side. Unless there's, because it's just 1 section. Did you pick 2? We can go in and see if we can see what's going on, because it should work fine if you have the 2 selected. So I bet there's just something wonky I don't know. I have no answer for that one, Myrna. Here I was thinking, oh, I know what she's got.
So I would suggest that maybe you email support@getoiling.com and just kind of tell them what's going on. We can also take a look at it if you want us to. But if you've picked the correct one, the only thing is, when you started to add your stuff and you had the 2 columns, did you start adding your stuff in the 2 columns spot, or did you maybe accidentally add it in your header?
I put it in the left column. I started the left column, and then it didn't allow me. I'll check. So we're good. Thank you. Don't want to take your time.
You're so sweet, but it's really okay. So I would just, if you did it correctly, and if you've checked all those steps, I would definitely I would definitely email GetOiling in case there is some kind of formatting or coding issue that is popping up somehow, some way.
Okay, and one other question. How do I attach that page once I get it fixed so that it is part of the member resources when they're clicking instant class and then they're moving to that page that I created?
So if you want it in the class section, like the click-through section, is that what you mean?
I'm just wondering how they would access it.
I can go look, but I can't. There is an option to. You might have to copy it over. I can't remember in a class now if you have the option when you add a lesson, if you can copy in a page. If you can't, like I said, I can't remember exactly which, because sometimes when you get into a class, you're not able to, like we can't share resource bundles or anything. You know, it's a different inside of a class. So there might
Would it be possible for you to show us your
yeah.
your screen and just navigate so we see if that's possible? Thank you.
Yeah, so I just looked, and when you go into the class that you have in your member vault, since I know that's exactly what we're talking about here, and you go to the class specifically, I can actually share my screen since I'm right there. Okay, let me start over. So we're in member area, and I'm going to go to vaults, and I'm just going to grab this member area vaults. And so when we're in here, like this is the things that people would see. So if I view vault, hopefully it lets me in correctly. You never know. Oh, see,
That's because you clear your cache all the time.
I know. I know. Okay, so when we are in the member area, this is what it looks like. You have these 3 different options to start with, unless you build on it. And so if we click on that actual class, is this where you're wanting to stick that? Is that what you're talking about, Myrna? The instant classes, do you want it to be in
Yeah,
here?
so wouldn't it be in that list?
So you want your instant classes in this list?
Well, I thought that that's what you had in
Yeah.
CO product information down there near the bottom. All of the product education, all of there. Wasn't that where you had your instant access classes? And then you click that and it took you to the list? Or where are your classes?
Do
you know what I would do? What I would do is, if you wanted to, what I would do is have it show up right here because you already created the page. So you could put member resources, member community, team announcements. You could also put on-demand classes right there. So it's going to be one of those things. And then that's easy. You can add it and copy in a page. So you can hit add content, copy page instead of create page because you already have your page. Copy page, grab your page, and that's going to put it in there inside the vault. It won't be inside of that class because in a class, it's just lessons and you aren't able to. But if you put it inside the vault and just have it be, you'll have 4 right there instead of just those 3, then that will work. Then you don't have to recreate anything. You can just copy it in.
So I'm going to save this. Oh. Are you going to let me save it? Why won't it let me save it? Okay, so if we go back here, now I just added this page, but this, if you had your instant access classes, this would be how it would look in the member area. And so they would just click that and then they would have all the information there. Now, obviously I just grabbed the candle one, but that's how you would add a page in. Did you see how I did that? Very, very simple to add a page. If you wanted to add it to this spot, I mean, we're going to try it. So if I went like this and copied all of this and hit the copy, now, oh, sorry, I got to move my thing down. The little zoom thing, you guys can't see it, but it really inhibits us like getting to different things on it. So if you ever see a struggle, it's because it's in the way of where we want to click. Okay, so if I am in, now I'm going to go to the member resources. So if I want to add it as something in the product education or wherever I wanted to put it, I would hit add content, and we're going to add a lesson. And lesson title, candle info is what we'll have. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens with the formatting. So I copied and pasted it in. I don't think it worked very well. Oh goodness. So this is what it shows. And as you can, oh goodness. Okay. So we're going to do product. It's freaking out a little bit, my computer is, but that doesn't mean anything, just so you know. We're going to create the lesson. Now we are going to go back here. We're going to look and see what this looks like, because I don't know. We'll see how well I copied over. So as you can tell, it doesn't fit on the whole page. It looks like I have to go over. So there's a formatting issue when you copy and paste it that way. You could probably work around that if you wanted to, but just wanted to see what would happen. There you go. You guys got to see a little guinea pig testing. I think that there's ways to do this, but it might be you going out of GetOiling, maybe going on a Google Doc and then trying it again. But again, I don't know if that'll work.
Can you show us where you have your instant classes set up in your member vault?
Yes. I have no idea off the top of my head. So we're going to figure out where it's at. That's a very good question.
Just say I can look at mine. Yeah, I just have mine as a page inside of the member vault, not inside the class. And I did that because it's super easy to be able to just use the page. And Janelle does too.
Yeah, mine is outside of the class as well.
You know, I think logistically, if you're thinking about it, and if you're thinking about your members and your members that are clicking in there and they're getting used to being in there, they're not going to want to click on start here or new member start here. They're gonna, if you want them to really have the first access to those classes and be able to see that all the time, right when they log in, to say, hey, here's some classes. It's really great to have that in the front, not inside of a class to be able to have to click, you know, a couple times to go find it. I think it works really well just when they pop in. And then you also don't have to do any more work because you have that created outside. You can just hit.
I'm glad you made me go in there though, because I had to change one of my settings back. I forgot. So sometimes when Sarah and I put posts in our discussion page, which is like our Facebook group, but on GetOiling, we change it to hourly. So like if it's something we want to make sure that they get instantly, like they'll get it within the hour of us posting. Well, I forgot I had never changed mine, so I had to go. Anyway.
Is there any thought around having a landing page before they gain access to the main web page? Does it turn people off and get the in? I have had it turn off the main landing page, but I'm thinking should really have one at first contact. Also, would it then be there every time someone visits, even if they have gone through it before? Yes. And for me, I am turned off by those. I am completely turned off by, and that's me. You know, it might work for someone, it might work for you. If I get to a website and I see that before I even get any information, I feel like, you know, unless it's like a killer freebie and you have it really nailed down, I feel like it is something that would turn off a lot of people. I do.
But it is a personal choice of whatever you want to do. You could also, just like Sarah had, if you have a on your homepage, if you have a button for something, like let's say for you have 3 reasons people should stop being mean, and you have a button for that. So you could have them click that. And if you have that set as hashtag or pound lead, and in your lead capture settings on that page, you have it where it pops up, like Sarah had showed you, that it won't pop up until someone clicks that button. So you could have the better of both worlds if you're annoyed by pop-ups that just happen, which I tend to be the same way. I get that, and I know not everybody is, and so go your own way with that. But if you have that, it works perfectly. And Sarah explained how to set that up in those lead capture, but it is very good. So we did have a question on the Facebook page for someone who couldn't attend but is going to watch the replay. I am creating leg builder pages for a few local businesses that have websites for their businesses and also have Young Living accounts, but haven't done a whole lot with it yet. I want to create a landing page that they can link with a button from their website for people interested in living or learning more about healthy living. My question, has anyone done this yet? And how have you changed the page to fit this use? I am thinking maybe more of a direct reference to Young Living or a way to sign up. Would love to brainstorm with anyone who wants to do the same. Well, that's fantastic that you have businesses that have Young Living accounts and you want to attach them. So that's cool. Number one.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, if you go about that the same way as what we created for the brand partner system, and you make a landing page for them, you know, take off any like personalized photos or anything like that that would direct them back to your stuff if you're wanting to keep it them. I mean, I think that would be fantastic to create a landing page for each, you know, for each business.
Absolutely. And then again, to get them to that prospect vault, because that
Yeah.
is the goal, so that those people have more information. So that's super smart. And I don't think you have to completely change it. I mean, depending on how they want to link that button on their business page, and you really have to just talk with them. You just have to really talk with them to what they are wanting to give people. So if it is along the lines of, you know, like that Simple Start to Natural Living PDF, like that's totally doable for a business to have their information on that and then to get them to the prospect vault itself. So,
Yep.
um,
If I create a vault and do not check the box to let others in the member area have access, then it remains private, correct? Correct. Keep that unchecked and you're good to go. Yep.
So Vivian asked, wouldn't it work to do them as a sway and just attach the sway to the blog section? And so that was going back to Myrna's question of the instant classes. So you could always attach a sway to your blog post. Absolutely. I think one of the differences in this is specifically for the member area. So it's locked down. So it's, I mean, depending on how you have your settings, so it's only for members. If you had a blog section, that would be more public, that you would try to be doing. Can you put a blog section into your member vault? I don't see that as an option.
I've never seen, yeah, I don't.
Other than a link. So, yeah. I didn't catch who was asking about the business account. So that question came from the Simple Grace Collective Facebook page. And are they pro accounts? And I don't know. She didn't specify that. But if you want to go to the Facebook page, she did post that under when Sarah posted about the Tuesday training for today.
And going back to the other one, about the blog post inside the member area, you can only add a page, an online class, or a discussion room. There's no option to add a blog. I mean, you could do a page and link, but.
Yep, or a button.
Or button.
Yep. Can you add a PDF book to the vault?
Well, I would say, I mean, only if you put it inside of a page and then added that page.
Like an embed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you embed videos on landing pages? Great question, Dave.
I don't think you can.
We're going to look. See, we love these questions because you make us like figure out. If we don't know, we're going to go figure it out. Because it's probably, even if it was something that we couldn't go figure out like right this second, you can bet that Sarah and I would get off because it would bother us that we don't know how to do something.
You can in the pop-up. There's an option.
Oh,
and you know what? Remember
yeah,
with Candace.
Sorry. Candace is a prime example of Candace, who's on this call. She is a prime example of using her homepage, and the pop-up is actually a welcome video introducing them to her. Candace, you give us permission and I will go grab your homepage so people can see it. If you guys promise not to click on her links.
And not to laugh. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me go grab it. That is such a good question.
The reason why I said not to laugh is that I had to really slow myself down because I get very excited when I talk about what I do, as I think most of us do, to get so passionate. So I had to discipline myself to talk slower so people wouldn't be overloaded.
Yeah. You know what, Candace? And that reminds me because when we were in there and Janelle and I both said, maybe we have got to do a video like that of just introducing ourselves and saying, hey, this is what I do and welcome. Love it.
What is your link? I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm typing it in wrong.
It's synergywellness-ohio.com.
I thought it was. Okay. Wait. It's being silly. Oh goodness, now I'm gonna have to go back. I will find it.
Or if you can stick that in the chat, Candace.
Yep, I'm working on it right now.
Thanks.
Yeah, because I can't get it to pull up.
Uh-oh.
Not saying that there's anything.
Janelle can't spell.
No.
I'm putting it in.
Did she get it in there yet?
It's in.
Okay, I can't see because. Okay, it's not working.
Here, I can grab it.
It could be just who knows?
Okay, so it already popped up here for me, but I don't don't know what your settings are for sure. If you have it, if after they go so far down the screen, or if you move away from the screen, you can make those settings whatever you want. And this is what it is, and it's nice and short. It's only a minute long. That it's wonderful. I mean, the thought process behind that, I love it. I love it.
And so all she did was embed for her YouTube link in here, and that's what pops up. And so they get to understand, they get to read it, but they can also hear and see her face, and she gets to talk to them. So it's really a smart thing. You can press play so people could just kind of see.
Hi, I'm Candace. I just wanted to take a few minutes and tell you a
And I
little
know
bit
how it
about
is
me and what I do.
so we won't
So
make
I'm a certified health coach, a board certified holistic health practitioner, and a brand partner with Young Living and a gold leader with them as well. So I work with my clients to help them create a better life, a higher degree of wellness. I work with them to help them get better sleep, more energy, provide more natural solutions for their wellness, help them remove toxins from their home. The list goes on and on. But if you're looking for more natural solutions, more energy, you want to thrive, not really survive, let me help you. Because I would like to help you create the lifestyle you wish existed.
Yay.
Hi, I'm Candace. I just wanted to take
Yeah, it's going to keep going. So that's really cool. I don't know about you guys, but that's really awesome. There was another question. Sarah, can you read it real quick? I was just going to
Yeah.
one thing.
Can you upload videos instead of embed videos hosted on other sites? Yeah, there's an option to embed. There is in the landing page. There's an option to share a link, or there's an option to embed.
But if you embed them, they are hosted somewhere else.
Yeah, true.
So Sarah, off the top of your head, can you be on a page even and then upload a video that is not hosted somewhere else? I'm kind of blanking a little bit. I'm looking.
I don't think so. I mean, for everything that we've always done has been hosted. I mean, unless it's a link to.
Yeah, so if I go to insert a video, it either has to have a URL or it has to have the embed code, which means that it has to be hosted somewhere. With that said, I don't know, Sarah and I both use YouTube. And there are some different things that you can do so that they don't like start playing another video afterwards.
Or I mean, just use Vimeo.
Yeah, but even Vimeo, it pops up other videos to watch too. On your,
Not if you have paid.
I don't know, mine does, and I have paid. I don't know. Either way, we use YouTube or we use Vimeo. That's the ones that actually GetOiling recommends. They actually recommend Vimeo. Well, Coach Ashley recommends Vimeo over YouTube, but I think some of it was because she didn't know that you could take off like part of it to make it not
Maybe, yeah.
play other videos. So I'm not quite sure. But yes.
It's a good question. I'm glad you asked that because I had forgotten all about that. I just think it's a wonderful idea. I love to watch a video and listen to someone talk over looking at their copy, their text. I would much rather take a minute and get to know Candace like that. I would be more apt to put in my stuff, my email.
Yeah, how many of you are inspired after that? You should be, because that's pretty fantastic. I forgot she did that. That's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have any other questions? Because if not, we are going to wrap this up. And remember, every Tuesday at 10 a.m. we have trainings. If you have questions, if you have topic ideas, I know that we had some that were thrown out about Google Analytics. That might be a really good one for Sarah again, because Sarah's, it might be something we got to learn, but that's all right. We'll do it if that's what you guys want. We had also talked about how we are possibly going to do some stuff with Canva in the future, do some trainings on that because we know Canva can be a little bit tricky. We can point out some things to you, but the more you use it, the better it gets. Just to be really honest about that one. And we have one more message that popped up and we will make sure that, all right. So thank you guys for jumping on here with us. The recordings will be up live on YouTube on our channel, as well as in our Facebook group, which is Simple Grace Collective. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.